Hello everyone. I hope you guys are having good time staying safe at home. Without further ado, let me introduce you to our topic that is recycling of construction and demolition waste. That will be represented by Tanusha Shreyash and yours truly. As you are aware of the demolition waste, that is debris from deconstruction of building, road, bridges, and other structures. And how is it hazardous? Is it really more fatal when it left unattended? Let me start by giving you some information about what consists in C&D waste. The major constituents like soil, sand and gravel, bricks and masonry, concrete, metals, bitumen and wood, and minor constituents like conduits, pipes, electrical fixtures, glass panels, tiles and glazed tiles. As I said at the beginning, how dangerous it is when it left for no good, but I ponder over the thought that every single atom from waste can be not like treated now today, but someday it can be treated. So is it really actually a waste? I say CND waste is the like Shaktiman disguised as a Gangadhar. Sorry to speak metaphorically, but I say CND waste is a resource in disguise. Why? Let's see some more facts. Is really construction and demolition is a waste though? Construction contributes 5% of GDP and it contains 78% of gross capital formation and also it generates worth 200 billion of assets. While this asset is being demolished, we consider it gives an asset yet again while being destroying. So, construction and demolition waste is a resource in disguise. Before going further, let me tell you about what to consider while thinking about going for reuse and recycle. Next slide, next slide, please. So we can consider first like economy. Is it really economical to reuse and recycle construction and demolition waste? Another will be its compatibility with other materials and its material properties. If I'm to tell, let's just now focus on reuse for being and then go for the complicated and churning process. Like, do you know Jugaad? This technique was invented when they just started talking about making new things out of the things that world considered to be useless. It's like they pick up stupid and say, "Abhi kar deta hu," and you have got the breakthrough product. We can air quote or a so-called entrepreneurship venture by dealing it in C&D and waste. So recycling it using a lot of capital for making another waste by using the byproduct and while treating it, so I think reuse is the best way to recycle, and reuse is also the first step of recycle. But $1 million question still remains: how can we convert it into a business?
Well, we are just planting the idea here. Watering is up completely up to them. It's an adventure that you guys need to unravel. Yes, let's focus on another thing. Like, see, while depression engulfs the nation, and with budding content creating artists around us, this West particularly, can be used in rather innovative ways, which can be helpful environmentally speaking as well. So, in upcoming slides, we will be discussing resources, namely concrete aggregates, bricks, conduits, and pipes, which are like PVC pipes as well as metal pipes, and tiles and marbles, and then panels. Let's move forward. Yes, so we are uh, going to tell you some types of how to reuse this material, right? How to reuse this material and to use it in a most crude form as we can. So first is concrete aggregate. We can use concrete for the pavers. Of course, they won't be strong enough, but still they can do well. Then we can make plantrets out of it. Plantrets are nothing but flower pots. Then we can use them as a show filling material for road shoulders, for making benches in the parks, and for plinth filling as well. Next slide, please. Yeah, bricks. Bricks. The broken bricks of can be used as a sub-base material. Also, they can also be crushed and can be used in making concrete as well. But the strength, the seventh day strength is not good. The 28th day strength is not good. So it's not like mandate. You should not use it. But some people can. Then bricks, particularly, they can be used for making driveways. The broken bricks, first class bricks, they're good in shape. because always remember that sometimes whenever a particular structure is demolished, it is not because of the weakness of bricks, it is generally because of the structural problems. So bricks are always good in any cases. So they can be used for making driveways, they can be used for making floorings of parkings or garages or industrial centers. And I particularly feel we can use them to make house balconies as well, because house balcony you can literally roam out and it would give you down to earth kind of a feeling. Another one is tiles. Okay, tiles is my personal favorite because I like murals, and you can make murals out of tiles. To those who don't know what murals are like huge paintings that are made on walls. They give away kind of they give environmental images. They make environmental impacting images, like whatever that is happening around you. They try to provoke or invoke that sense of responsibility in you, so that you do better to make yourself better. That is what is the actual work of a mural. So you can make murals on government buildings out of these tiles, broken pieces of tiles, as you can see in the pictures there. Then they can be used by landscape architects for making the best, so cool and aesthetically alluring parks. Then, of course, artistic materials can be made, artifacts can be made out of them, and tabletops. You can see the picture right there. A tabletop is made, and it's really a good one. Another one is a plastic waste. I mean, everyone knows about plastic and how it can be recycled and all that stuff. So, but we are not talking about plastic bags here. We're talking about PVC pipes, and they are like hard, good quality of plastic. So they can these conduit pipes, or the pipes which carry electrical wiring through inside. These pipes can be regrind, okay, and then these regrinds can be used to make anything because it's literally remoldable. And you won't believe it, but on India Mart, it is sold like 52 rupees per kg. So it is a good, yeah, it's a good kind of entrepreneurial developed idea. Uh, we can make money out of it, of course. Then other one is metal. Metal is the juice of everything because literally it is a god. You can literally uh, recycle every ounce of it, even if it is not in good shape. You can literally um, do some little bit clear things with it, and you can literally recycle it. You can extract everything from demolish waste, and you can extract everything out of it. The metals which can be recycled are like steel, aluminum, iron, and silicon, just like metal art form used there. Another one is a panels. Panels are like door panels. There will be doors, windows. The doors are of course made of wood, but window panels can be maybe of aluminium and glass. Glass is recyclable, completely recyclable. Aluminium, metal, recyclable. But if they are made of wood, they can literally be used as of to another building. The same piece can be used in another building, or you can just cut it, make an artifact out of it. You can sell it. You can literally grow mushrooms over it. It's a business. uh, Another one, asphalt is my second favorite one to because it can be extracted from roads. You demolish a road, uh, bitumen road, and uh, you just melt it. You just pick the picks and melt it, and you make an asphalt millings out of it. Why asphalt milling is like better than any other material? Because it is cost effective, it's sustainable. There's no maintenance needed. I mean, literally, it is not a liability. It is an asset, and then it is adaptable to every kind of weather. Another slide. Okay,
So,
so I would like to give the baton to Shreyash, and my friend would continue from here. Thank you very much.
so as per previous Anusha and Rashi said, the C&D waste is not a waste. Actually, it is a resource or a treasure, like to the entrepreneurs or businessmen. If we proper recycle or proper management of this waste, it will truly turn into a treasure. So why it is not happening in India? What we are doing now. So we are living in a concrete jungle, and now and then every building is demolding or no, demolishing or constructing. We are constructing new buildings, of course. So C&D waste is stored outside or alongside the road. this will definitely cause a traffic congestion. And if it directly dumped in MSW, then it will make heavy. It will make MSW heavy and bring down the quality of MSW, which may use for composting and energy recovery. As we know, MSW, municipal solid waste, is used for composting and energy recovery purposes. If we dump our C&D waste in it, it will degrade its quality. Uh, of course, if we let behind, it will generate particulate matter, 10, causing lung problems to the people in the vicinity or working there. And this waste may end up in dumping in the drains, which may lead clogging and flooding. Remember the Chennai flood, it was caused due to the same reason. Moreover, we can't just dump it will occupy the whole dumping area of landfill. See, the C&T waste is heavy and large in volume, so it will occupy the whole landfill. So there is much more necessity of recycling and proper management of this waste. So we have seen what we can use, but how it's done, how is recycling is done. So we have two processes, dry processes and wet processes. As in the picture, we can see the first screening process. The demolition waste is placed in screeners. We categorize it according to size. Then crushable materials are dumped in the machines and it is crushed. And then according to size in vibro screens, it is again classified and used in making mortar or making bricks. Until up till this is dry process. For further, if we use log washer and wet processes, it will turn into a wet processor. If we use log washer, as shown in the picture, then multi-layer vibro screens, then Evo wash. The Evo wash is nothing but if we are using water, we are mixing water, we are cleaning our material and cleaning the outcome of the water also. It is like a zero liquid discharge. And after e-wash, we are using Evo screens, then thickener, then filter press. Then after this filter press, we can use ground bricks or gypsum boards or anything we do want to use. So we have talked theoretically a lot. So let's see a live example. So this is place like East Kidwai Nagar in New Delhi. So it was an old residential colony of 2,500 dwellings in it. And it was old, so building life was over. So it was necessary to construct a new colony over there. So as we talk about the bricks, waste bricks were crushed into the machines. The crushed bricks were converted into brown bricks, and after 4 weeks of sun drying, it was used again in the construction of new colony. So no virgin material is used here. So a lot of resources is secured. So also the transportation cost is cut down because the processing unit itself was designed on or established on old residential colony. So it also minimized environmental degradation and of course saves scarce of land resources, which is also increasingly getting difficult to procure. As I say earlier, the C&T waste is large in volume. It will occupy the whole landfill. Okay. So here are some references from where we collected the information. So we got a lot of help from NPTEL lectures and Google. So lastly, thank you all for watching this. And promise me one thing, you will think about making just one output product of this resource. We have taken some efforts to make it and make something new out of it, make something good out of it. Yeah, thank you.